So I'm over here with my motor and my transmission for my Jeep, and I'm gonna just swap it out now with this other transmission. It's right here. So I got my torque converter bolts out and my bottom transmission bolts. It's probably got some wires to get off of here. Maybe not. One wire to get off right there. Take this cover off right here with these few tins. Take my transmission bolt out. There's gonna be a transmission bolt behind there. I'm gonna get out. And there's gonna be a couple over here probably. There we are up in here, right there. Hopefully I get to leave that coolant shit on there. So I do got one ground wire to get off right here. And I also got to take this bracket off with this bolt and these two tins out of that. Thought about it. Took my ground off. All my transmission bolts I seen right here. I didn't unplug my wire yet, but he just pushing the little button right there. And it came right on out. So that'll be out of my way. I got these bolts loose down here. We're gonna set all this to the side right here so we don't lose nothing. Alright, so now I'm gonna go on over to my other side and see what I got. So I got my two bolts out, and it was a nut up here. Pull that off, and these clips right here just fucking bullshit. They just pop off too. Just like that. There's another one. Just like that. So we got one more plug right here. We're gonna push in the little button. Come on, bitch. And that's out. Alright. And you can see this. I might have to take that off right there. Let's see, where's my fucking shit I just had? There we go. The beast. Alright, so we're gonna remember where that goes, like at 2. Alright, now we're gonna get 1, 2. Alright, so I got my two bolts out. Really, I should just already have something. Let's see if her ass is loose. Ah, she's loose. You see that right there, huh? Alright. I'm gonna go on to my other side. Ah, you bitch. I hate when my camera goes sideways on me. Over here on the other side. See, it's got me a little spot right there. Alright, let me just. Oh, man. Come on. And there it is. Alright. Now I'm going to pick my motor up. And I'm going to get my transmission up out of here. In between your motor and your transmission. Now that motor just turns this bell housing. And that's how it works, really. Alright, so I got my new transmission over here. And I see I got to swap this thing. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna swap that with them 4 bolts real quick. So I took one off. That's what's in there. I think it's a little filter up in there. I ain't gonna mess with this one, but I will take it out. On this other one, old transmission. So let's pop her ass off. Just to be curious. Let's see how easy it is to get this little filter out of here, huh? Okay. So Little transmission filter on a 2010 Jeep Patriot. 4 bolts behind this cover. You pull it on off, and then pop this motherfucker up out here, and you can change your ass. So it's pretty cool to know. I believe there's also one on the bottom. Alright, so I got my shit on my new transmission. Now I'm just gonna take this off, make sure my torque converter's all the way in, which it looks like it compared to the other one. Get my little wires off of here real quick. Take them off before I throw her ass in there too. And then I'll be ready. Everything else looks the same. So, alright, so I got my other wire on here. I got my little jank off. And I got my motor over here. So, always make sure you ain't got no pins in the transmission part. Alright, so I got another pin over there. Ain't none in the transmission. So I'm good. I'm gonna let her ass down a little bit. Try to line her up. So I come on down, and you see them right there. Right there where my pin is. So I just want to make sure my wires ran right, which it is. Now I'm gonna give me a jack and put it underneath the back of here real quick and jack up on it. So I'm back over here with my jack. And I'm just gonna come up a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna check everything out. Looks like I need to come up a little bit more. Alright, now I'm gonna pause. Alright. Now what I wanna try to do is see if I could just set a bolt over here on this side to get it started. Feels a little funny there. Try to keep all my shit organized over here. Alright. Just make sure it goes in smooth. As long as it goes in smooth, I know I'm alright right here. So look at my gap over there, it's a bigger gap. Stop right there. Come over here, and I'm gonna see what I'm working with, where I'm at. What I need to do. Yeah. Alright, so that looks like that's her ass right there. Pretty smooth. Get a bolt in this side real quick. So one of my bolts, damn, yo. One of my bolts is a ground. So that's gonna be that one. So I'm gonna put a bolt up in here, down here. Now I'll put one up here, yo. Anyway, give me a bolt up in there. Give me a bolt up in a couple bolts up in this bitch. Let's tighten her ass on up. Should be able to just pull her ass on together the rest of the way. Alright, so I'll be back with y'all. Alright, so I got my motor chain back up. I got my 3 bolts back in here and my throttle body. That bolt, my other transmission bolts in, got everything tight. Everything plugged up. I got this bracket back on with my 10mm nut, my 10mm bolt, my 13 bolt. Make sure everything's plugged up. So now I'm just gonna jack her ass up, carry her ass over to the Jeep. Alright, so I'm back here with my motor. I'm about to jack her up, place her back up in here. So I'm gonna get anything out the way that I need out the way. Move my plugs and shit. I'll move this fuel line. Put that bitch over here somewhere. Might zip tie that bitch right there. And then push this other shit back. Throw this up here. And I'll be back with y'all. So I let it down a little bit. And I went in here sideways like this. Get my transmission side in there first. Come down a little bit more. And I really can't record while I'm doing it, y'all, but you can see it's gonna go back there pretty easy, it seems like. Just gotta make sure and be careful as you're going in there. Might wanna get somebody else if you got somebody else, because you wanna watch that plug there, and you just don't wanna mess up your clutch on your AC compressor. Alright, so our ass went in there pretty smooth. It's in there as you can see. Now I think my best bet's gonna be try to put this bad boy on here and then put that on there too before I even bolt her up. So I'm gonna climb up underneath here and I'm gonna slide that thing up in that hole, and I'm gonna put these bolts I got up here. It's about 6 bolts, put them up in there. And then I'm gonna go for my Cadillac converter, try to get that in there before I bolt her on down up in here. Alright, so I'm up under here. About to pick her ass up, put her ass up in there and get a couple bolts started. Alright, so it was a bitch to get in there. I came in through the top right here, set it down there. Then I got somebody, old Frank Lucas, to help me. I got up underneath there and got him to hand it the rest of the way to me. We slid her ass. I mean, I tap it in there because I got a little metal pin down here at the bottom. Right up in that little rusted looking hole, there's a pin, so just know that. And I'm gonna throw my bolts back up in her motherfucking ass real quick, bolt her up. Then I'm gonna try to get my manifold on there, and then I'll put my motor down, put the mounts in her ass, and slap this bitch back together. Alright, I got all 6 of my bolts in here. Got them all tight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my manifold on right here. Alright, so I'm going back in with this bitch. So I could do it with one hand maybe, but maybe not without fucking something up. So I don't know, I'm about to just use my other hand. Alright, but it's down there. So I got her ass on there to jack up a little bit on her ass, but she's on there. Just getting some bolts in her ass now. Alright, so I got my thing bolted up. So now what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna move some shit around here. See how far I need to come in. Go ahead and get my motor mount. Try to get her ass back lined up right here real quick. So I'm gonna have to push in a little bit. And I'm also gonna have to get this one over here. So it's like I'm gonna come down a little bit. Yeah. And that's gonna make me where I can get my 2 bolts in right there. So when y'all see me again, I'm gonna have these 2 mounts in there. Y'all might have to put a jack up under here. I'll let you know if I got to. I probably do. Alright, so I got my 4 bolts in there. Jack my motor on up and slid it around there. So here's my shit right here. Looks like I'll be able to get this one in without jacking it up. But I might have to jack that other side up. We're gonna find out. I'm about to get these bolts in here. Get all of them started. Alright, so this side's in. Just let it down on the side. Get the side in there. Alright, got my other motor mount in there. Just let it down a little bit. Pretty easy there. There she goes, back in there, my dogs. So now I'm gonna pull my engine jack out. I'm gonna clean up my area a little bit. Get my chain off of there and start putting her ass back together. So I'm back up under the chair. I'm gonna go ahead and put my torque converter bolts in, put my transmission bolts on. Make sure these bottom 3 bolts is tight enough. So I did have it on the lift before. Make sure I got all my bolts inside my exhaust manifold. And I'm just gonna go around splitting everything up. Got 2 bolts. I'm gonna try to get them 2 bolts in there. I got a mount that I gotta put right here. So I got a mount up there. I'll let y'all know what I do next. Alright, so I'm up top. Got my chain off. Got all my shit cleaned off here. Rags and shit. There's something unplugged right here. Alright, so I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna put my ground wire back on up here. Put my 2 power steering lines on right here, right here. Alright, what else am I gonna do? I got a bolt that goes right here for my power steering. I'm gonna put that on. I got 2 bolts out of here. I'm gonna put them 2 on right there. Plug my oxygen sensor back up. I could do that right now. These little clips just clip right onto here. Remember them earlier from when I popped them off and swapped this thing. Alright, so I'm gonna do my heater core hoses while I'm here. Since I'm right up in here, I ain't got no bumper on here, I'm gonna get everything back here, including my linkage, my vacuum lines, everything. So, be back with y'all in a minute. The bolt up here, bolt that shit up there, you know.